In one of the 5th edition campaigns I used to GM, I gave the players a deck of many things, and honestly I probably should have expected the chaos that ensued. If you've not heard of the deck of many things, it's a famous magic item in Dungeons & Dragons that is well known for destroying campaigns. It's a deck of cards where every card has some crazy magical effect when you draw it. My campaign was fast approaching the big finale, and I thought it would be fun to let them draw some cards. So when they arrive at the magic shop after they finish an adventure where they had acquired a boatload of gold, they hear this from the shopkeeper. "Ah, hello there, adventurers, I just got a new magic item you might want to look at. I have it in the back. I'll go get it." What do you think it could be? An immovable rod? A vorpal sword? A bag of holding? Maybe it's a deck of many things. Don't be ridiculous. The man walks back into the room and is holding a deck of cards in his hands. Ha! Told you so. One of the players decides to draw 2 cards. He'd read almost every single 5th edition book and was constantly browsing the D&D subreddits, so he probably should have realized how bad of an idea this would be. He draws the first card and gets Ruin, which deletes all of his money and property other than magic items. He just lost all 12,000 gold he had just gotten from his previous adventure. Well, since I got a bad card, that means the next one has to be good because that's how probability works. He draws his second card and summons an Avatar of Death to fight him. The Avatar of Death is surprisingly weak, but the player still almost died to it. After seeing this chaos, naturally another player decides it would be a great idea to draw 2 cards. He grabs the deck and draws the first card, which turns out to be Rogue. This makes one non-player character in the world hate the adventurer. Overall, not too bad of a draw considering this campaign was mostly a bunch of dungeon crawls and didn't have too much RP or anything. When he draws his second card, this is where everything truly starts to go wrong. He drew the Void, which means that his character's soul is now trapped in a magical object somewhere in the world and is protected by strong guardians. A few sessions later, after rescuing their friend from the Void, a player returns to the shop with an NPC that he didn't like that much named Marnos. He convinces Marnos to draw a card, and was excited to see whatever terrible fate awaited this guy. Marnos draws a card, and ends up getting 3 wishes. Yup, the first good card drawn in the entire campaign is by an NPC. Later that session, the player who had been trapped in the Void returns to the shop to prepare for the final dungeon of the campaign. "We have this new thing here going on in the shop. Now every time you buy a magic item from me, you are forced to draw a card from the deck of many things." Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. Alright, I'll have this sword identified and I'll buy that magic shield. He draws a card from the deck and gets Talons. This destroys all of his magic items, but if they are artifacts then they just get teleported somewhere in the world. The player's magic sword is an artifact, so it doesn't get destroyed, but when it teleports due to a magic magnet-like object the shop owns, the sword appears in the back room of the shop. The player then has to buy his sword back using almost all of his gold. Since he bought an item, he has to draw another card, and he draws Talons a second time. The sword gets teleported back into the shop, and he convinces the party to pool all of their gold to buy him this sword once again. He gets it back, and this time he draws a card that gives him 10,000 experience points, but since he was already very high level, it doesn't help him that much. The party, no longer having any money to buy items with before the final dungeon, head off to where the campaign ends, but that's a story for another day. Thanks for watching the video. Sorry if this one seemed a bit rushed. I was on vacation for the last week and a half, so I had to make this video in only 4 days. Also, if you're watching this video on the day of release, then later today, cool boy Shane is releasing the first episode of his new series called The Peace Guild. It looks really cool and I'll put a link in the doobly-doo. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!